Mic check, mic check. Uno, dos, uno, dos. Can I get a mic check? Can I get a mic check? Saturday afternoon rigmarole. What's good with y'all? What's good with y'all? Can I get a mic check? Can I get a mic check, ladies and gentlemen? It's all fun and games. It's all fun and games. Appreciate you, man. My boy Tap in the building, always coming through. What's good with you, brother? I be who I be in the building. Young world, you got your wrench. Thanks for coming back. KJ, you as well. Happy Saturday to you. I'm glad you can be here. Be original. How you doing? Peace, God, peace. Let me get you taken care of. Get you your wrench. Tay in the building. I see you. I see you. AT, what's good, Tex? How you doing, my boy? Now, let's get into it. Let's get into it. I'm not gonna waste nobody's time today. K-Rod, not no more. What's good, K-Rod? Not no more. Sam Shaw in the building. Y'all come on in. My boy Fatty. Shout out to my man Fatty. The Untouchables over there. If you haven't subscribed, please make sure you guys subscribe to Team Fatty. Great conversation over there. Accountability is top priority over at Team Fatty. What's good with you, Fat? Man, look, we gonna get right to this, man. I ain't gonna waste a lot of y'all time today. Y'all seen the thumbnail. Hopefully you know why you're here. Hopefully get some insight and understand what's going on in this world we live in. So let's get some baseline premises. Let's get some baseline. What's good, Mike? What's good, Mike? I got that information over, so they should be contacting you, man. They should be contacting you. You need your money. You count money you ain't even got yet. Just you know my Cash App on my Zelle, bro. After we get this W tonight, it's cool. I still love you, bro. Love you, Mike. Let's get to it, man. Let's get some baselines established. We're just not playing today. Kevin Samuels. Rest in peace, Kevin Samuels. Very abrasive man. Cold blood was good. Lady Navor in the building. What's good, sis? One of the best mods on YouTube. Lady Navor. I'm gonna shout y'all out as y'all come in, but I need to finish my thoughts. I'm getting old in my days. Right? Kevin Samuels, right? Kevin Samuels. An abrasive man, right? A real abrasive man. Some people didn't agree with what he said. A lot of people agree with a lot of what he said. I didn't agree with everything the man said, but he was right about something. So let's establish some baselines. Ladies and gentlemen, I got Lady Navor in here. That's a lady of utmost caliber. Fellas, is it fair to say that the media moves a lot of times from what society dictates? She, what's good, my boy? We've been here. Kano Loco Sports in the building. Make sure y'all subscribe to my brother Kano Loco. She, if everybody got a channel, y'all know what to do. Throw your link in the chat. Is it fair to say, guys, that the media moves in the direction that society is going? Is that fair to say? Is it fair to say as people became more insensitive that they were supplemented by, movies with more violence, more sex, porn became at an all-time high? Low Key V, how you doing? Is that fair for me to say? Y'all know I'm gonna wait on the responses. Looking at y'all like y'all looking at me. It's a saying that goes around, art imitates life. Y'all ever heard that? We building. How you doing? Peace, God. So is it fair to say that media, movies, music, products are a reflection of what's going on in life and society today? We building. The question was, is it fair to say that media moves and presents information the way life is going, the way people are moving, the way society is moving? What's good, Teach? Thank y'all so much for coming through on a Saturday. I figured it's a good time. Nobody else was streaming. Is that fair to say? Is it fair to say that art imitates life? I mean, it's a very old saying, and if you ask my opinion, it's been found tried and true. Music, movies. Mike Biggs boxing in the building. What's good, my bro? How you doing, God? Is that fair to say? BE, how you doing? This is a question, guys. If you don't think it's fair to say it's not. If you do, say it is. Tap said, I don't know if I agree, but what's happening now is life imitating art. Okay. What's good, Doc? So what I mean when I say this, when we look at the things that's going on in our current modern times, right? When you look at things like McDonald's and Walmart, automation eliminating the people. The Honor Palmer, KG. Doc was good, man. Right? What I'm saying is that using research groups, right? Think tanks and knowledge bases, right? That products, media is a product. Appreciate you. Good deals. Be safe out there. Media is a product, right? Movies, music, dog food, cat food is a product. These corporations, what they do, right, is they tailor their advertisements, their experiences to what's being done out in society. For example, when you go back to the 1950s, what were the bigger consumer products? They were things for the home for the wife, washing machines, convection ovens, right? Toasters, irons. When you get up to the 70s, right? What was the major products then at that point? fashion and clothing, right? Because people were getting out more, right? The roads were established, trains were moving, planes were moving, people were getting into different cities. So they started fashioning the commercials and the products for people to look good because people were mingling, people were dealing with each other. Tap said the algorithm used to be based off people, but the algorithm doesn't work without people putting information into it. Is that fair? An algorithm requires information and data to work. Now, back to Kevin Samuels, right? Kevin Samuels said a lot of things about a lot of different subjects. I didn't agree with all of them. The high value man stuff, I didn't agree with, right? So a lot of stuff I didn't agree. I didn't agree with. But there's one thing he said that he was right about, and I'm about to prove a point. And I'm gonna put the link in. I'm gonna put the link in the chat so y'all can come up and talk to me about it, so we can talk about it. I want y'all take on this. Let me know when y'all ready. When y'all are ready to see this, y'all let me know. Just ready. When y'all ready to see it, give me a 1 in the chat. This thing is so irritating. I want y'all honest opinion on it. Artwork was good. This is my first time seeing you. If I see you again, I give you a wrench. Thanks for coming through. Okay, we're gonna play this clip. Fair use. This is fair use. I want y'all take on it.
I came here to find love with a bunch of aspiring influencers. And even though the producers were pulling for bad boy Matt G, I can't ignore my heart. Senor Snuffles. My bad boy days are over. I just need a good boy. Will you accept this milk bone as a symbol of my love?
More dog.
You good boy.
Y'all want to see it again? Y'all want to see it again? Where is the algorithm picking this information up from? You want to see it again? Let's play it again. Fair use.
I came here to find love with a bunch of aspiring influencers. And even though the producers were pulling for bad boy Matt G, I can't ignore my heart. Senor Snuffles. My bad boy days are over. I just need a good boy. Will you accept this milk bone as a symbol of my love?
More dog.
You good boy.
Hey RLV. Hey, the link is in the link is pinned. Y'all want to talk about it? I be who I be. Are they tripping? Are they tripping? Like I said, it's all fun and games. It's funny, but we gotta understand the messaging behind it. What is this telling y'all? Fatty? Tap? RLV? Was it seems like to me, Kevin Samuels was ahead of the curve. Everybody, everybody on this point. On this point, I already prefaced this, guys. Stop being selective about what you take from the conversation. We're taking it all in. Kevin Samuels said 2 years ago, buy a dog and die alone. Men, women, invest in pet products. And I'm doing this on the fly. I'm doing this on the fly. Guys. Y'all bear with me. Who makes milk bone? Pet food stocks. Chewy, Zodis, Fresh Pet, North Star Acquisition. Five best pet food stocks to buy for animal lovers. Let's see what Chewy's at right now. Let's see where Chewy's at. Chewy's at $36.70 a share. They're down 2%. Fresh Pet. Fresh Pet is up 0.8% at $65.67, up 49 cents. Petco is up 34 cents, up 3.9%. Bark is up. They're at $1.38 a share right now, guys. So if you want to get in, now's the time. And Central Garden and Pet Company, they're up 29 cents, at 0.8% to $37.98. What's good, post game? Who we got in the back? What's good with you, Mike? Are you there, sir?
Yo,
What's your take?
man, I wanted to show you a commercial. I sent it to your Instagram. Can you pull up that video?
Of course. Give me a second, bro.
It's the same. It's the same type of story, man. I seen this last week while I was driving. Send it to your DM.
I got you, bro. Let's share the screen. I'll throw that over there. Let's share the screen. Appreciate you, Mike.
Thank you, man.
We're going to share that screen.
Yep, there you go. Who needs a man when you got a front door?
Let's run it back for him one more time, Mike.
I don't need a man. I got a front door app.
They are
Replacing your black ass.
They are monetizing the elimination of men.
Mm-hmm.
Do y'all understand what that means? They are monetizing the elimination of men. What do you need a man for? You got a dog. Your toilet broke, call front door. And it's in the media, guys. These aren't just talking points on YouTube anymore. Y'all ain't got nothing to say about this?
But one thing I like being a contrarian. One thing I gotta say, man, is if that's the case, and we all want to hear this talking point of, oh, men created all this and real infrastructure and we're the brains behind all this to make your life easier. Why are these men making this apps and easy accessible things so easy to be replaced? Like, what's the trick bag? Like, what's the
The
trick?
trick, the trick bag is money, right?
Mm, yeah,
To me, in my opinion, what it again, me and Mike talk all the time, y'all. So y'all gotta me and him gonna reference stuff that y'all don't know nothing about. Okay. Um,
yeah,
what they doing, Mike, is like I told you that everything that our people focus on, especially, right, is about money.
hmm
It's about finance, right? So as long as somebody can get a dollar out of it, no matter who it hurts, no matter who it displaces, no matter who it removes, right? They'll do
yeah,
something, right? Like I keep telling y'all, money is the god of this place. Money is the god, the very thing that people think helps is the very thing that hurts.
mm,
They make everybody a number. So as long a number, if you can come up with a number can be made. That means that person can be replaced. Look at it on every facet of the American lifestyle. The
hmm
police or somebody can kill your person, right? They can kill one of your loved ones, and there's a price on it, right? How much to make you feel a different way about me killing this person, right? It's not even about the criminal aspect no more, right? It's about the civil liability. What's the first thing people say? Well, they might not beat them in criminal court, but what? They can take them to civil court, right?
yep,
Right? And again, if we continue, and it's like you said, I do agree with you on one point. My bad, K Rod. Give me a second. I got you, K Rod. Bear with me, right? And I do agree with you on one point, right? That men allow these spaces to take place. Men allow
hmm
these spaces to remain. But the truth is, the Bible told us, even though a lot of people don't believe in the Bible, that the meek shall inherit the earth. And do you consider a person that can be bought strong or weak?
a person that can be bought, that's weak.
Right. Do you consider a person who believes that money can control and move every aspect of the human condition? Do you consider them strong or weak?
Money, I think it's weak.
That right. So is it fair for me to say that the very people I just described are the very people who control every major industry and every major media aspect that we get fed to? Don't they believe that money can turn the tide in all things?
Correct. But if they're riddle me this, Batman. If
Hmm.
they're trying to separate us
Mute up,
so
K
they
Rod.
can
There
control,
you go. Go ahead,
okay,
Mike. My bad.
riddle me this. If they're trying to separate us because when you divide, you conquer, why are they turning back Roe v. Wade and affirmative action and Florida's doing alimony? So it sounds like they're trying to course correct, but also still trying to invent things and make things easier to not depend on each other. If you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. I hear what you're saying on that. Um,
I know they may be fighting for whiteness and to birth white to birth white to white eliteness. You need to have babies being made. So we know the birth rate. So this all ties into the Kevin Samuels, the whole Kevin Samuels thing of if they're pushing you don't need a man, but then they're also turning back laws to where you need a man, like taking back affirmative action, which profited a lot of white American women. You know what I mean? Like, what's their angle at this? If they're trying to
yeah,
push what Kevin Samuels was talking about, go ahead.
I think that's a great question. My take on this, and I explained this in a video a while back. What they're doing is taking away they're taking away the safety nets, right? Because
Hmm.
because without the safety nets, what that does, even though people, in my opinion, I might be wrong, right? But in my opinion,
Yeah.
the safety nets allows us to focus on each other as the problem, right? Because what's going to happen is if the government's no longer providing a solution, we're going to start looking at each other for the solution, right? And the thing is
Right.
that and the thing is that what happens is that when scarcity runs rampant, right? And you have
Hmm.
someone that doesn't sit with your ideals as far as what you should be providing, violence ensues,
Right.
right? So what women don't understand, and this I said this in a video on a Truck Chronicles, I don't know how long ago. In the next 5 to 8 years, all of these public services are going to be deleted. These food stamps, all these social services that people, Section 8, all these things that people rely on, especially, I hate to say it, most women, most females, right, have to rely on. Those things are
Hmm.
going to eliminate. And what that is going to do is cause a conflict between men and women, right? You think the people right now
You
think
think so?
that the yeah, because right now, let's look at how mating is looked at on a large scale,
Yeah.
right? In your opinion, you too, K Rod, I want your opinion on this, K Rod. So again, I'm not putting words in nobody's mouth. In you guys' opinion, how are most relationships looked at? Are they looked at as romantical or transactional? That's the question. Do you guys, not your relationship, if you
Is
find,
looked at
are
as
most
transactional.
transactional or romantic?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you said it's transactional, right, Mike? Can you hear me, Mike?
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Mike?
No, I
What's
can't.
it do? Hello? Yeah, can you hear me?
On my iPad, I can.
Okay, it's a delay. It's a delay. But I heard you. You said it's transactional, right?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. K Rod,
Yo,
do you believe that relationships between men and women in the majority right now are mostly transactional or romantic?
in my opinion, I probably say transactional, just
Okay.
simply because, um, I don't know, because like I'm young, so like I'm basically looking at it from like a young, adult perspective. But
Mhm.
I think as far as like where I've been raised, most women in the first world, if not probably different parts of, that the world are more I should say, given easier paths to have, certain relationships go in a transactional manner. So they take advantage of men that buy into certain sexual appeals. So therefore, those people end up taking advantage of what they want out of a relationship. So that's pretty much like my take on that.
Okay. Yep. So we all agree, and I was looking at the chat. We all agree that most relationships between men and women are no longer romantic; they're transactional, right? So
Hmm.
let's look at that. Let's look at that on a not just a work scale, but an economic scale. What happens is when we eliminate these social programs that have been in place. One, because people are comfortable with Big Ant. What's good? I appreciate you. Right. One, because they're comfortable and they're reliable on them. Two, right, is the things that are being eliminated, like you said, Roe versus Wade, right?
Hmm.
uh Affirmative action, right? These are things that allow black, white, Mexican men, women into places. uh, hey, I don't know, I know quotas exist at work. I'm the only black guy at my job. You see what I'm saying? I know quotas
Yeah.
exist, right? That these quotas allow people to financial positions with employment that they wouldn't be in. So what happens when those things dry up? What happens when those services or those opportunities are no longer available? Right? You got one or two choices: elevate yourself, right, or you go into survival mode. Right now, when you're in survival mode, you don't attack yourself; you attack people. You start looking at everybody as an opportunity, maybe to eat, maybe to have a place to live.
Mm, I guess I'm optimistic. I'm 50-50 on that. I give you an example. Remember when 9/11 happened? We all came together as a country and we all was spreading love. So I see it your angle, but I'm looking at this article right now. I've been read it last week. Golden Sachs, they come out with news and articles. They're saying 300 million jobs will be lost to artificial intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
There's two ways that this can happen. Either we're gonna see the Book of Eli, or I see people coming together and really coming to a common ground, like a contract, like Kevin would say, to let's get along. So I think this pressure will kind of bring people more together because we've seen it in the 9/11 incident in New York. You know what I mean?
And I would agree with you on that in some aspects, right? When the heart is pure, right? But again, if we want to use the example of 9/11, what really was the reason for 9/11? What's the real reason? Was 9/11 done as a intentional act of terrorism, or was it really actions that controlled people and policies behind it? I mean, if you fly, you still got to go through the TSA. We ain't had a terrorist attack in over 20 years, right? So, in my opinion, all of these things are happening to separate people, one, and two, to slow down the birth rate. Because at this point in our history, people really understand and associate with social status with being in a relationship and or having children. And they feel, and most people, in my opinion, and I might be wrong. It's all right, Mike. I might be wrong, but most people nowadays, especially the younger generation, are not. They're not trying to have children because they're too busy living their life and traveling and experiencing things that they felt their parents didn't give them, right? But they're also at this point looking at the world through a certain set of eyes that they don't want to bring children into this world unless they're at a certain financial position to give these children everything they want, right? Or that they feel they should need and want. The parents should feel that they need and want. So I think it's a powder keg, in all honesty. We're right now at the point where women have these messagings of their power, of the power they have, the choices they have. They don't have to settle. They have a million options. They can choose from when they want to choose and how they want to choose. And then also we have the messaging coming from men that women don't really want you. They don't want a man. They don't need a man. If they do want you, it's because they're looking to gain something from you, whether it's money or status. And if we really explore the true nature of humans, right, the true nature of people, it's not about kumbaya. Deep down inside, you guys talk about it all the time. And I'm not going to talk about you guys, but I got to talk about the talking points because everybody said these things Kevin Samuels was talking about was talking points when now corporations are making commercials catering to his talking point. These things are underway. These things are past the development stage, right? These things are being implemented in society. So what happens, right? What happens when both sexes come to the understand? I ain't gonna say the understanding, but the belief system that they don't really need each other. And we use these examples or this rhetoric, right? This false rhetoric of I should want somebody. You know what? I wanted to buy a pair of Jordans the other day, and today I don't. Yesterday I was on Nike site. I was like, man, they got some more they got some more Jordan 2 colorways that I like those. I should cop. And today I woke up and I went and saw the price. I was like, I don't want them shoes. I really want a Corvette. But then I see the price and I say, do I really want one? Again, we are at the precipice of a change in society where relationships are going to be handled like ATM transactions. And the corporations know it. The corporations understand it. They show you everything they want you to see in media. So get ready to look for the ramping up of these messages. Get ready to look for the ramping up of these products. Detroit, how you doing? I thought I started that. I started. Shout out to Big Ant for the 20 ball. I appreciate you, bro. Simple shout out with the 20 ball. What up? I appreciate you, man. Thanks for the donation, bro. I appreciate you. What's good, man, Drell? So was Kevin Samuels a prophet? It's okay, Mike. Was Kevin Samuels a prophet? You seen this commercial yet, Mandrell? Are you just coming in, Mandrell? You seen this commercial? Because I'll show it to you again. I think everybody should see this commercial. It's all fun and games till it become real life. And why did I do this live? Why did I do this live? G5, what's good? My boy Jet. Make sure y'all subscribe to my boy G5 TV. G5 Gabe TWT, my bad, bro. I got you, Mandrell. Check this out. Check this out, Jet. I don't know if you was in here earlier.
I came here to find love with a bunch of aspiring influencers. And even though the producers were pulling for bad boy Matt G, I can't ignore my heart. Senor Snuffles. My bad boy days are over. I just need a good boy. Will you accept this milk bone as a symbol of my love?
More dog.
You just a good boy.
This is a commercial, guys. Tap said division creates individualism. Individualism creates separation. Separation creates a larger working class. A larger working class creates individual revenue and increased revenue and taxes. Yes, sir. Dr. Professor, a dog is better than every man you got to choose from. No matter what characteristics they have. Remember, they did the Bachelorette, so a woman could choose from the best option of men available. Y'all know that, right? It's not a mystery why they themed this commercial after the Bachelorette. The Bachelorette is one of the top viewed TV shows of all time. Y'all know that, right? Dub, what's good, my boy? It's all fun and games until it becomes real life. It's all fun and games till it's at your doorstep. Was Kevin Samuels a prophet? Or was he just a black man that was telling everybody the truth? Black Belt Ben. He said, for them to produce some trash like that, they have clearly identified their market and expect a growing market. Anybody who ever dealt with businesses and corporations, whether you were a salesperson in management or a business major, you understand that the very core belief, the core creed of any business is to turn a profit. It's to turn a profit. They would not make it's okay. So let's talk about boxing, right? Shout out to my boy G5 and all my boxing fans, right? You don't send a contract unless it's an offer to be had, right? I don't call you unless it's a fight to be made, correct? Why would I call you if there's no fight to be had? There's no need for me to solicit a market that doesn't exist.
Did you hear what I said?
So are you guys telling me that they're soliciting a market that doesn't exist, Mandrell? Black Belt Ben? For you to be able to analyze something, it has to exist. I can't analyze something that's not there. I can't critique it. I can't pick it out. And while women may be the purchasers, it's the men who allow these products on the shelves. Consumerism involves both sexes. The only reason women are able to sell this lifestyle and adhere to it is because men allow it. Men find it acceptable. Hey, do you, boo? Now, this is not taking or reassigning blame to no one. It is simply, I'm simply telling y'all the way the game is set up. I didn't want to take a lot of y'all time. I just wanted y'all to show this, to see this. I didn't find it funny when I saw it. I found it disturbing. And anything that they present to you under the veil of humor is usually a serious thing. What you got, K-Rod? I didn't want to keep y'all too long. You got anything before we swing out? Anything you want to talk about? You talk about anything you want. Boxing, whatever. What you want to talk about, bro?
Yeah, I just wanted to talk about boxing.
Okay. What you got, man?
Yeah, I just wanted to get your take on Virgil Ortiz's medical situation. Do you think he's taking PEDs or?
Nah. I think Virgil got a viral condition. If you know anybody that had herpes or anything like that, or a viral condition, right? What happens is when you put your body through stress, it flares up, right? So if he's got a viral condition that's that bad to him, when he's going through training camp and moving up and down the weight, putting his body through stress, right, it's going to flare up and continue to give him problems. And I just think. And if it's viral and it's something that doesn't have a cure, it's something that can't be suppressed, he's going to keep having these problems because he's at a weight class that he shouldn't be in, because he's cutting weight, he's beating his body up. So he'll continue to go through these things until he finds a weight that his body is comfortable with, 154, 160. But will he be as effective at those weights? Right. Let's and that's what I want to talk to you about, K-Rod. And anybody else who want to talk boxing can click the link, right? We really need to start discussing these fighters who are in weight classes they shouldn't be in.
Yeah. I was just gonna add that with my own argument.
Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, because I used to wrestle back in high school, and the rule is that if you're not cutting weight efficiently, you shouldn't be at the weight class, at all. And I know at the college level, I just looked up the rule for the NCAA. You're not supposed to be cutting no more than I think 1.2, or I think at least 1.6% worth of body fat each week. So technically, wrestlers, they're cutting weight very smooth because they're fighting. Well, they're competing at their natural weight, and that's why I was talking with several other boxers about that, to basically state like maybe there should be like a consolidation of weight classes, because back in like the older time frames, I'll even go back to like the 1800s, like there weren't that many there weren't that many weight classes in boxing, but like the weight classes that you see now, these are just weight classes just to make money off of fighters that shouldn't be fighting at those particular smaller divisions. So I think like if you just had it maybe set to like maybe like 7 or 8 weight classes, then I think that will promote a better, healthier sport, because like I don't want to see guys like Virgil just pass out at the weigh-in and then they just go to like a fight just to get knocked out brutally and then they potentially die. So it's like, why am I wasting my money to go see a fighter like you cutting weight to a weight class that's not helping you? I understand like fighters want advantages over each other, but it's like the problem is that us fans shouldn't be screwed over with seeing a fighter potentially die by trying to get the advantage over the other guy. If anything, weigh-in should be same day, because I went through that for wrestling, and I think that's a lot better, because at least that way you come in on weight and then you actually have to get prepared for your fight, versus like if you come in, like a day before to rehydrate to get ready to fight somebody, that's actually kind of like a disadvantage, because you don't know how your body's going to be after that particular next day. That's pretty much how I see it.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%, bro. Again, I just think we need to stop. Me personally, I don't do it anymore, right? I'm sick of the excuse. I understand what everybody, I understand it, but I'm sick of it, right? Oh, if he made the weight, he not. No, it's a lot of these fighters that's weight bullies walking around at, weights 40, damn near 50 pounds heavier than what they fight at. And I think that's unfair, right? Muscle only weighs so much and fat only weighs so much, right? So again, if a guy's walking around that much bigger, say for example, my favorite target, Shakur Stevenson. This guy walk around at 168, probably 170 pounds. He's as big as fighters like Andre Ward and Ugas when he's walking around. He's walking around every day, right? I understand there's a difference between walk around weight and fighting weight, but fighting weight shouldn't be 50 pounds less than what you walk around at. I think it's a gaffe on the sport. I think it's cheating in a way. It's not as bad as PEDs or something like that, where you keep your stamina or something like that on a certain substance. But I think it's an understanding. We got to understand these fighters. If you in there with a guy that naturally walk around at 138, 140. You know what I mean? That's like fighting a little kid. Right? And I think everybody has the understanding that rehydration and dehydration is dangerous, but it's no. I honestly believe, again, this is my opinion. I don't want nobody to take my word as truth, right? But I honestly believe that the body is the most amazing machine in the world, and if these people have been doing this to their body over a number of decades, they definitely get used to it. What's up, baby? You okay?
Yep.
All right.
We picked up some stuff from Walmart. I'm taking your daughter to her appointment, but it's in the car.
Okay.
Want to grab it later.
I'll grab it. Okay.
Love
you too. He said, "What's the 2 things that should change?" I think teach that they should. I think a month they should start changing weigh-ins. They should make fighters fight at their closer to their natural weight, and they should have weigh-ins starting a month out from the fight. The same way they have drug tests, random drug tests through the fight, they should have weigh-ins throughout the last month, the first month, the month before the fight. That's what I believe. Me personally, I think they shouldn't let these guys that can you walking around at 170, you should be fighting at 160. Like K-Rod said, there should be a minimum, a maximum weight cut from where you're at.
Yeah. Also, don't you know those sauna suits that fighters be fighting in, right?
Mm-hmm.
I actually talked with with this one fighter, and he told me that if you train in a sauna suit for a week, you could train up to at least like I probably say like probably up to like 30 to 40 pounds worth of water weight.
Water
But if
weight.
you think
Mm-hmm.
it, yeah, like if you think about it, like guys that are fighting at middleweight, they're probably cutting from like 190, if not maximum, if
Mm-hmm.
not higher, just to make 160. And actually, I know this one fighter, Fyodor Cherkasin, he's that Polish dude, right?
Mm-hmm.
He literally told me that he had to cut from 195 to make 160. And I'm like, dude, like you're that tall and that huge, but it's like you're more built to fight at like light heavyweight,
Mm-hmm.
honestly. But it's
Yeah,
like, yeah,
it's a cheat code. You know what I mean? People like it's accepted, but it's still a cheat to me, right? It's still a cheat. But next up, you want to we ain't talk about Big Baby Anderson versus
oh yeah,
Prince Martin. What you think of that fight, bro?
I thought that was like the best fight of Jared Anderson's career.
Mm.
Just only because like if you think about it, if Charles Martin was like younger Charles Martin, I think this fight should have been made like a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Like if he was like identically like the same age as Jared Anderson, but I think this is a great experience builder. I kind of wish it was like an Otto Wallin type of fighter because Otto Wallin like he can hit, but
He can
he
test you,
doesn't.
yeah. He can test
Yeah,
you,
like
yeah.
he doesn't just sit there inside of the pocket with you.
Mm-hmm.
So he knows how to box, but I think this is a very good fight. I think Jared Anderson's mental is like a little bit questionable because he's trying to act like as if he doesn't love boxing no more. But it's like, okay, well, if you don't love boxing no more, then just hang it up because you don't need to be boxing. And I think he has like a great career after boxing. But if he brings that mentality to the world title level, I don't think he's going to convert to becoming
Yeah,
a
yeah.
potential champion.
Yeah, I think it was a great litmus fight, a litmus fight for him. To me, I thought I didn't make a prediction for this fight. I knew Big Baby was going to win, but I thought he should stop somebody like Charles Martin at this point in his career. I was wrong about that. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna be honest about it. Right? I don't think I don't think he's ready for the likes of Wilder or Fury, anybody like that. I don't. I uh this is something I see. This is something I see about top ranked fighters, and you tell me if I'm off, right? And I want y'all to check this out. If I'm wrong, y'all let me know, right? But I've been watching fighters for the last couple of weeks. I've been watching fights back to back to back, right? I've been watching Shakur. I've been watching Bud. I've been watching Keyshawn. I've been watching Big Baby. The only way they know how to move back is to hop. That's why Charles Martin was catching Big Baby, because he saw he was moving back in a straight line. All these dudes, they either lean back with their hands down. This is all of them. This is all besides Shakur. Shakur don't really lean back. Shakur always takes that hop step back, right? I'm gonna tell y'all how to beat this. How you beat Big Baby Davis. This how you beat Shakur Stevenson. This how you beat Bud Crawford. And this is how you beat Keyshawn Martin. Get them on the ropes. If you're a defensively responsible fighter with power, get them on the ropes. Because the only way they can defend forward movement is by jumping backwards. I can pull up tape and show you. And I think this is something that they all Whether they was watching Bud or training Bud, this is something they picked up from him. You gotta press forward. You cannot jump in on these guys. You gotta press forward. This is why Arrow's gonna beat the brakes off Bud Crawford. He's gonna beat the brakes off Bud Crawford. Forward smart pressure is all you need to beat these guys. Not jumping in, not getting tired and lazy and lunging in so they can counter you. Good defense, a great jab, get them up against the ropes. That's how you beat those guys. But all of them, defense to move, it's when they're moving backwards, it's to hop back. He said, do you guys believe this year has, yes. Tap said, do you guys believe this year has the potential to be one of the greatest years for the sport in the history of sport? Yes, I definitely, exactly, Teach. I definitely believe this is one of the best years in boxing on paper. The fights we got to see the fights first, right? This is just me being honest. I want to give PBC kudos for spending the money to get these fights made, and the fighters also doing what they need to get these things done right now. We still got the fall and winter schedule that hasn't been announced. The only fall fight we got right now that's been announced is Jamel Charlo versus Canelo Alvarez, right? But we still have the fall schedule. I hear there's rumors of Devin versus Tank in December. They're trying to make that fight happen. Again, that's just a rumor, guy. I don't have any no concrete evidence on that right now. So if we can get those fights, if we can also get Wilder and AJ in December, plus some fall fights, slid in there, if we can get something like Boo Boo Andre versus Maul Charlo, I think we've got one of the best years in boxing to date. What you think, K-Rock?
Yeah, I think so. I think boxing needs to be like this permanently. Just simply because, like, if you got rid of belts and just had tournaments to determine who's like the best in the world, I think that would just be a great setup because I truly believe that you could easily get a lot of guys that are always wanting to say that, I want to stay active, more. I think to a consumer benefit, it would be beneficial to my top dollar to pay for like a Errol Spence type, like fight card every single weekend instead of waiting it every like 4 to 6 months, throughout the entire year. And I think on top of that, there needs to be more sweepstakes for boxing, kind of like what you see with like the NBA or the NFL, where like sometimes they'll have like those like sweepstakes, where like certain major sports will offer you, tickets, to certain like events, or you could win like a cash prize. Like I think that would be really good for the sport, and that would get more people involved to actually want to like go to these big fights and just get people more, like attached to it. Because I think boxing economically is number one over every single sport, and that's how the sport should be. It should be like a global, worldwide competition where the fans win and the fighters win.
Yeah. That would be against what? that would be against corporate rules. I think, but I agree with you when you say that as far as money wise, if you think cost ratio to event, boxing is number one, right? As far as what they have to put out to make their money back, boxing is definitely number one when you think of per event. I just think it's just the sign of the times. Everything's expensive. Everything's going to be more expensive. It's simply what it is, man. We're in America, bro, and the dollar's dropping. Inflation rates going up, man. Again, like we just talked about earlier, all these things is going to make a maelstrom of desperation, and and feudalism, right? All these things, from entertainment to food to housing to automobiles, gas, consumables, all this stuff is again just meant to keep us enslaved, right? You have entertainment so the slaves don't riot. So Teach said Big Baby has a nice lean back, but if the guy has a reach that can get him in, he's in trouble. Exactly, bro. And like again, this is where you got to be a smart fighter. You gotta use them feints in your footwork and step in when you see them leaning back. Like you throw a jab or a hard shot, all of them jump back. You got to be smart enough to know when they jumping back to step in, especially if you're a long fighter with them 1-2. You know what I'm saying? You could definitely catch them back on a bounce back, and that's all of them. That's all of them. The only one I think that's more defensively responsible out of all of them is Shakur. But I seen all of these guys get caught. I seen all these guys get caught going backwards or coming in off a hop. Go watch tape. Y'all ain't got to believe me, man. I know everybody think I don't know what I'm talking about and I'm lying and all this stuff, right? Or maybe that's something I believe they doing, right? But I watch these guys and I'm telling you, none of these guys have any substantial as far as going back. They all move back in a straight line and they all hop. Right now, again, a preface because everybody gonna go to the minutia of it. I've had seen Bud hop to the left or the right 1 or 2 times in all the fights I didn't watch. I didn't watch every fight at welterweight for him this last week. I didn't watch all Shakur fights at pretty much all of Shakur's fights at 130, and I watched Big Baby just last weekend. So again, y'all can believe it or not, but y'all got YouTube the same way I got it. Tap said, and last question, do you guys believe it's time Davis and Martin to fight, or should they continue to resume? Nah, man. I think I believe make the fight. If Tank can't get a fight he want, now let me preface this, Tap. Tank has earned the right, whether you believe for his resume or not, right? Money-wise, he's earned the right to choose and move how he wants at this point. Again, the rumor I heard, this is a rumor I heard. I don't know if it's true or not, but the rumor I heard is that he's looking for Gervonta Davis is looking for Devin Haney in December. That's the fight that he wants, right? But if he can't make that fight for some odd reason, Devin loses to Regis or whatever have you. Who knows? Who cares, right? But for whatever, or Devin don't want to fight him or whatever, right? If Tank can't get that fight, I see no reason why he shouldn't fight a Frank Martin, right? They're two great fighters in their division. What difference does it make, right? I do not. While I appreciate a zero, I really don't care about a zero. I want to see. Shout out to BFTV. I want to see the best fight and the best. And if we can make this year the best fights by getting the best names, hey, I'm okay with that. Like y'all know me, you can't win all the time. Everybody got to take L's. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to get your ass beat. It's simply what it is, right? But again, if we're out here working this hard for a dollar that's not worth nothing, right? And the only way we can see these fights is to either stream it, which I don't want to do because I want to support the sport and the fighters, or I got to spend $89, $99, whatever, right? And I'm spending money on t-shirts and merch and all this stuff. I want to see the best fights. I want to see the best fights available. And if those fights can get made, God damn it, make it. I don't care if you believe Martin's not ready. I don't care if you don't believe Keyshawn not ready. They talking like they're ready. So let's let them fight. Let's let them fight. Right? I'm not gonna think of no fighter, no less. Don't if they lose a fight. All right. What else you got, K-Rod?
Yeah, I was gonna ask about Devin versus Prograde. Do you think that's an easy fight for Devin?
I think at this point, with Devin being where he's at in his career, there's no easy fights for Devin. Call him feather fisted. Call him what you don't want. He's not a knockout. Hey, True Seeker, how you doing, sis? He's not a knockout artist, but that boy can box. He can fight his ass off, right? I don't think Regis is an easy night for anybody, right? Even in his loss, it was a hard night. If he could beat Regis, especially if he can outbox him and beat him convincingly, I think that says something. I think Devin's a special fighter. I still think he does. I don't think he beats Tank, right? I still don't think he beats Tank, but I got to see it first, right? This is just my opinion. I think it'll be a tough night. We've seen Regis have problem with footwork. I'm sure that's something they're working on in camp. He admitted that was an issue, so I got to believe that man at his word and say that's something that they will work on as far as cutting off the ring. So if he can put hands on Devin, I think he can hurt Devin, but can he put hands on Devin? I believe Devin is able with the footwork we saw out of Regis, if that's something that's not repaired or patched up. I believe he can pot shot Regis all night. All right. But let's see it. Let's see it again. If Shakur's not going to step to a place, which I believe he's not. Shakur, I keep trying to tell y'all, those guys over at Top Rank, they're all about money. They money fighters. That's all they want: protection and money, bro. They like an old mobster, right? The old mobster that you put in witness protection. They want protection and money, right? I don't think Devin wants that work. I don't believe Devin's going to get that work because why didn't you fight him when he was at 130? Why didn't you fight him at one? Why didn't like these fights could have been made? Like we all know, Shakur was a big 130 pounder. He was having problems before he missed weight at 130. He was having problems making weight at 130. He could have been Shakur's a big dude, man. Not compared to me, but I'm saying to the weight class he's in. Y'all go watch the videos. People, this was crazy, right? People be acting like I'm making shit up because I don't like a fighter. I have no reason not to like any one of these guys. I don't care about them, right? I'm just being honest. You go watch on YouTube. Do a search for Shakur and Andre Ward when they was playing like they was sparring. He's as big as Andre Ward. Shakur is when he walking around, he's as big as Andre Ward. But then they put him in there with dudes that's walking around at 140. And Shakur, you got to show me something, man. You got to show me something. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. He got skills, yeah, but I don't believe it. Hey, B Love, how you doing, sis? Right? I don't believe him.
Oh, I was also gonna ask, did you watch that Clarissa Shields, take on that female boxing podcast?
No, what she say?
I posted that video like of me making a video response of like what she said about like the Haney Lomachenko fight.
Oh, about how you had to. I he beat Lomachenko. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
care what anybody say. He beat Lomachenko. Was it a outstanding performance? No, but he beat Lomachenko. Like I said, people don't understand. In this, let me tell y'all something.
Did you hear what I said?
Just because somebody in boxing don't mean they understand everything about boxing. What's good, Johnny Q?
Yeah, I
Hey,
agree.
you say TWT means the winning team, sis. The winning team. It's a team here on YouTube of content creators. So whenever you see that pound sign TWT, you in the place to be. Teach said Regis ordered to fight Sandor if the Devin fight falls through. The fight could fall through for two reasons: money, or if Regis wants to work on stuff. Exactly, and I think he's owed that. I think Regis owed that as a champion, right? He's owed that, right? So again, just because people in boxing don't mean they know boxing. It's been hundreds of fighters in the history of fighting where all they knew was the part. What's good, Alan Young Konnichiwa, young guy, right? The only thing they knew is how to get in the ring and fight. That don't mean they knew how to analyze it. That don't mean they understood what was going on in and outside of the ring. They just knew how to fight their style. Okay? So when y'all hear these fighters saying certain things, and if you Alonzo, what's good? Welcome back. If you hear these fighters and they say certain things and they just talking out their mouth, that's exactly what they doing. They talking out their mouth. Prediction: Canelo versus Charlo. Ugh. Man, I'm gonna let you go at that first, K Rod.
Got Charlo by late knockout or decision. And the reason why I say knockout is because Charlo, he's a great body puncher. And I think Canelo, he's going to feel very nervous to try to trade with him. And I think as he gets tired, similar to the Bivol fight, it's going to be a much more harder fight for Canelo. And Jermel, he's going to have the advantage with size. And I think Jermel, he's going to look at Canelo's weaknesses to outbox him. And, if he's able to get a knockout, then I'd say he's going to drop him to the body because Canelo, like, say what you want, like, about his chin, but that's him slipping most of those punches. And then, but the shots that are actually actually hurting him, he's only getting hurt based off of like getting a certain exchange that's valuing his trades. So like without the Triple G fight, like yes, he got hurt in several exchanges by Triple G that got him like a little bit buzzed. But I think like if you tag Canelo to his body, he starts to get more vulnerable as you start putting more pressure onto him. And I think a guy like Charlo will be that perfect opponent where Charlo's going to see those weaknesses out of Canelo, and Canelo's not gonna want to be on the inside with him. And I think when Charlo, when he presses him on the outside, which a lot of people don't give Charlo a lot of credit, but his jab is probably by far one of the best jabs in boxing right now. Where Canelo, every time when he gets hit with a jab that he can't get away from, he doesn't know what to do. Like Canelo always, gets into that survival mode of thinking to be like, okay, if I'm losing the jab battle, but I can't beat you on the inside, then either two things are going to happen. Like one, somebody's going to knock you out when they finally get to that point of hurting you, or two, you're just going to just get beat up all 12 rounds. And
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what Jermell Charlo is thinking inside his head, because this isn't just like a guy that's coming off of a really tough fight. Like Jermell Charlo's fresh, but Canelo, he has too many miles burned out. If this is Canelo like back in early 154 days, that would be a much harder fight, but I would still favor Charlo to beat him, because Canelo had more energy back then to be like, okay, like I can still give you like a tougher fight. But now, like, it's just showing that Charlo, he's taking care of his body more, where he's more dedicated in his career to show that he wants to beat Canelo.
Okay. What you got on it, bro?
What's good, bro? I ain't even gonna hold you. I'm not superbly into boxing. I came because of the title,
Oh, okay.
with Kevin Samuels.
Okay.
Um, and I happen to know you for being a straight shooter. You speak to the women, but you also speak to the men a lot. And one thing I recall that I almost wear as a badge, was, I go around the spaces and dudes are like, oh, you shouldn't, be wearing that as a badge. But I called in the Kevin Samuels show,
Mm-hmm.
and he called me high value homeless and hung up in my face.
Mm.
And I wore that as a badge because I said, I encompass a majority of the high value man tenements, except for the most important, which is the financial. I hadn't been making $10,000 a month every month for 3 years straight.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I wasn't invited to the club. So recently, I was on a panel with D. Durrell, and we were asking what is a hardline number that we think brothers should adhere to kind of have your man card be allowed, financially.
Mm.
So I initially said at minimum, by the time you reach 20 as a black man in America, there should be no reason that you should make less than $1,000 per year old you are per year. So if you're 20, the least you should make is 20,000. Everybody came to the consensus that that's too low. So it should be double. So for every year old you are, you should be making $2,000 a year. Um, that's kind of one of the barometers. I wanted to ask, from another man who's accomplished or accomplishing things that you'd like to in life and experience some things, maybe what say you in that?
What do you consider value?
Well, value I'll definitely say is usefulness, to the majority, right? Not just you yourself, hey, look, I'm balling, but hey, I'm able
No,
to give.
let me stop you. The majority don't give a fuck about you. Let's start with that majority shit. There's no community, so let's get that out the way. What do
Okay.
you consider value?
Someone who obviously can afford a comfortable life, whatever that may be for them.
What exactly, right? So again, and I can show you, B Love. I see you, and you in here, brother. We can swing back to what the conversation was about, because y'all came in a little late. So but that's no problem, right? But to answer your question, right, value is in the eye of the beholder, right? So when you cannot, for one, you can never allow another person to dictate your value. For example, I don't make $100,000 a year, but I'm the most valuable man my wife's ever known.
Fair enough.
Right. What do you consider value? What do you consider high? Is money financials? Is that the definition of a man? See, and this is where I disagree with Kevin Samuels, right? What he is pushing is the transactional relationship. What he was pushing,
Mm-hmm.
right? I don't push that. I believe people, we use each other for different reasons, but there's love in there somewhere,
Oh yeah.
right?
So for example, one of the things, and this was prior to me even experiencing Kevin Samuels, I felt like, and still feel like, as the husband, all of the financial responsibility should fall on me from
I
the
agree.
household,
I
right?
agree.
And if I'm not doing that until I am, it's a failure, right? It's a work in progress, but until I complete it, it's not a success
Complete in whose eyes?
in mine.
Exactly, right? So again, you never allow another man to define you. That's what he was doing. He was defining. Why are you looking to be in a club that he wants to be in? Because you admire, right? To me, and this is just me. This is just me. You guys can take it how you want, right? I'm not pussy like that, right? What you eat don't make me shit, and vice versa, right? As long as me and my wife is happy, I don't give a fuck what you think high value male. I don't give a fuck. That's your opinion, right? But let me associate to you how. Let me tell you how I associate. This is my channel. These are my opinions, and this is no disrespect to anybody, right? I don't run a rat race with none of you niggas, right? Why should I kill myself throughout my years to establish a lifestyle for somebody else to look at and say, "Oh, you not here. You don't give a fuck about me. You not here. If you couldn't criticize me, what would you say to me?" We men, dog. We're men. We're men. And we are not, while we're all equal in God's eyes, we're not all created equal. I don't knock your struggle, don't knock mine. You can't define my success because you don't know where I came from. I can't define yours. I don't, I don't know where your starting block was. Success is in your mind, not in the minds of others. If you had a kid that was a crackhead, right? His mother left him in the garbage can. Him getting a 2-bedroom apartment and a woman is a success for him. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
So how can we allow other men to define our success? That would take away my very essence as a man.
Well, I understand that. And that's definitely a way to look at it. You know, he was talking to, a specific person who wanted to be in a specific place.
Demographic, correct,
Yeah,
correct. And I don't knock
definitely.
that. I don't knock that, right? But again, why is it that people, as yourself, right, or other men, feel that because he set this certain standard that you have to be there, it's because you agree with it, and that's okay, right? But
Yeah,
everybody's not going to agree with it. But let's stop that. Let's stop. Let me get to the meat where we was at, right?
no
So
doubt.
and this is for B Love, if you still, and everybody who missed what this was about. Kevin Samuels used to say things that ruffled a lot of people's feathers, mine and yours alike, right? But he was a prophet, it seems like, on some things. Let me play this commercial and I'll like your opinion on it, okay?
Gotcha.
I came here to find love with a bunch of aspiring influencers. And even though the producers were pulling for bad boy Matt G, I can't ignore my heart. Senor Snuffles, my bad boy days are over. I just need a good boy. Will you accept this milk bone as a symbol of my love?
More dog.
You good boy.
So Kevin Samuels had a saying, right, Alonzo? Buy a dog and die alone, correct?
Yeah, he used to say that often.
So it seems like mainstream media and corporate America understands that message by that commercial. Would you say that's a fair assessment of me, by me?
I would say they're pushing that message. Yeah.
So was he a smart black man or a prophet?
I mean, I'd definitely say he's a smart black man on that. Um, you could see the writing on the walls. This is definitely something that was coming since he was a child. So yeah, he was, prophetic in it.
Yeah. So that's what the meat of the conversation was earlier. Again, I apologize you came in late, so it wasn't available to you. But I was just getting everybody's take on it and saying that art imitates life in most cases. A lot of people don't believe that mantra, but it's found to be true more times than not. The man was right about these things. We looked up the stocks of the best pet foods to buy, and besides one of them, all of them are moving up in the positive green every time. So it looks like that corporate America has gotten, I ain't gonna say gotten a hold, but understands the metrics and the algorithm behind these mentalities and are capitalizing on them.
Oh, absolutely.
Right. So that's what the meat of the conversation was. Watch it back for me. Replay gang. But
Yeah.
I'm a boxing channel, so me and K Rod went off on boxing. You said the dog won't
The
cheat on
winning
you. Oh,
team.
yes, sir. Mike said the dog won't cheat on you. I guess, man. But hey, sis, this is what they doing. This is what I'm saying, right? And they hide it in comedy because that's how you hide the truth in plain sight. Is you be funny about it, right? Especially if
Well,
it's a
let me give
serious
you
situation.
another one that's a little bit of a joke that I, as a black man, used to hear on Wall Street that is a pretty terrible joke that they used to say about black men on Wall Street amongst each other. Hey, Bob, what's up, Pete? What's the difference between a black man and a pizza? Oh, I don't know, Bob. What? Well, a pizza can feed a family of four. Ha 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 ha. And when we talk about art imitating life, there, at least in my region, I'm in the Northeast, there is recently I believe it's a Little Caesars pizza commercial where the black woman, is just so hot and ready for this hot and ready pizza, and she's just, you know, giving them all kinds of chooser signals, and then finally the husband comes out with the pizza for the family of four. Um, Subtle entendres, but those things are out there as well.
Yeah, that must be some good ass pizza. But hey, I'm about to get out of here, y'all. I gotta go. I gotta go grab these groceries, man. Like I said, I'm a husband. I got shit to do. So, if K Rod, let them know where they can find you at. Alonzo, if you got a place here or a channel or Instagram, let them know where they can find you at. Then I'm gonna get out of here, y'all. What you got, K Rod?
Yep. Thank you for having me on. Y'all can find me over at KRAD7435 YouTube channel or the Instagram Kieran Rodriguez 6. But yeah, thank you for having me on, and I will see you later.
Always, man. I'm about to get y'all. I finally paid my StreamYard account. I didn't want to give them no money. You know what I'm saying? But I finally paid it up. So we gonna get back to it, y'all. True Seeker, I appreciate you, sis. I got you, sis. We gonna do what we got to do. All right, Alonzo, let them know what's up, man. Let them know if they can find you anywhere, bro.
No doubt. You can find me on YouTube, Alonzo Hall, the All Star Advisor. You can find me on Instagram, the All Star Advisor. Facebook, Alonzo Hall, the All Star Advisor. You guys know my motto: wipe ass, work in progress every day, and see success. And when people challenge you, they don't challenge you to challenge you, but they challenge you to challenge you. Accept the challenge. Salute. Thank you, brother, for having me on.
You're always welcome, bro. Whenever you see that link, come on through, my brother. All right, man. So that's all I got, man. He said, "What type of groceries you talking about? The ones that you pay $100 for and get 2 bags, Mike? Mind your goddamn business."
Game, recognized game, and you looking kind of unfamiliar right now.
He said, "I'm so trying to retire stream, but it just works, man. Like, you can't be mad at it, Great Pill. You know what I'm saying?" But yeah, that's all I got, man. We got some fights coming on tonight. We got Boots Ennis versus Villa. That'll be on tonight if y'all in the box. And also we got the first episode of All Access Spence versus Crawford. That fight is in 3 weeks, right? But we're gonna get back on it. Make sure y'all check me out on Truck Chronicles. I got a new Truck Chronicles up from Friday. If you wasn't there, check that out. Yeah, man. Yeah. That's all I got. Appreciate y'all coming through with me this Saturday. As always, take care of yourself and your family. Everything else will take care of itself. Be safe out there. Have a good time. You say we still on? Yeah, man. Yeah. Where you going? Hey, Tap, where you gonna fly into though? You gonna fly into Minneapolis? Yeah, just hit me in the text, Tap. Hit me on the phone, bro. But yeah, that's all I got, man. Y'all have a great night. Be safe out there, man. Yeah, hit me up, bro. Y'all be safe out there. Love your loved ones, man, and stop letting people define you. You are you are one of one, right? You are one of one. Don't let anybody take that from you, man. What about your DJ stream? That was smooth, man. Great Pill. If I could be totally transparent, and y'all know I will be, right? You watching? No, you watching Fight on the Show? Nope. For the pay per view, I'm gonna pay for Spence Crawford, Mike. But everything else, I got I love my life TV. If you guys want TV, check that out. It's IL. Let me I pull it up for y'all. This is what I use for TV. I think I showed y'all this before. Hold on. Let me share the screen for y'all real quick. This is what I use for TV. This right here. I love my life TV. It's a streaming service. You got to have a Fire Stick. It's $25 a month. You get up to 4 devices. It contains you get free movies. Y'all know it's basically like a, what's it called? I can't remember. It's a streaming service basically. You get all the channels, all the pay-per-views, all that stuff for you, included in your service. $25 a month, no contract. That's what I use, right? You say I use Hulu. You're paying too much. How much is Hulu? This is $25 a month. Or you gotta have a Fire Stick or an Android TV. 4 devices. So you would need you would need a Fire Stick per TV. That's what I use for TV. Everything else costs too much. I'm broke. I'm a brokey. I keep trying to tell y'all. I'm broke. Right? So that's all I got, man. Y'all have a great night. I'll talk to you soon, Tap. Everybody else, thanks so much to my sis, Truth Seeker, everybody with the donations. I do appreciate y'all. And that's all I got. You the only one. Yeah, Truth Seeker. If I'm telling you, if you got a decent internet connection, you got a decent Wi-Fi connection, you shouldn't be paying that much for cable. Pay for internet. That's all you need is internet. TV is dead. Said, am I the only one? Yes, ma'am. I'll show it to y'all one day. I believe I showed it to y'all, but I'll show it to y'all one day again. It's really nice though. I'm trying to think. I don't have a lot of problems of it. You do have some problems when they update in the server and stuff like that, but that's it. Right. But yeah, that's all I got. Y'all have a great evening, man. Love, kiss your babies, man. Protect your babies and protect your family, man. It's crazy out here in this world. That's all I got, man. Y'all be easy.